That's what's gonna happen here. Why did it change to you? Or do I have to set it up as you? Calm down. Hopefully we can get somebody catching up me in a bit. Um, we're gonna get Phantom and Phantom and stuff here. So this is round 1. Everything and alright, so this is our Phantom. The person 2 is in... oh gosh. I cannot spell right now. And let me just kinda adjust it a little bit. Alright. I'm gonna YOLO the stream right now. Alright, so, that is a good question. I was gonna commentate. However, so alright. I'm gonna end this stage, get into the commentary, and we can begin on round 1. So yeah, see ya people on the stage. Get into the Twitch. Twitch.tv/BoarBotaPlayer. Weekly NA tournament. It is weekly NA tournament indeed. How's the music? I just like have my Spotify open, just playing in the background. We were not ready. I was like not ready for this. But anyways. Anyways, so let me just kinda... set up everything, hopefully. Let the stream go. Let the stream go. And now everything is gonna lag because this is my computer. And my computer is my computer. In checking mods stage. But hopefully we can begin in a second. I just hope my stuff doesn't crash, which it might have already, actually. Let me just close everything I'm not using right now. That is probably a good thing to do. Alright, so we have Phantom and... alright, so Phantom is 768. And we have a bit of a D-weight here, Team Titan. 67. Yeah. Alright, so we got our small one out. Hopefully we can get some commentators going, and let me just try to change the song, which might go poorly. But Phantom drawing a straight flush over there. Seeing that could be a perishable misprint. This is indeed gold stake. So everything might be more punishing. Phantom seeing that misprint. Also, Buffoon Pack. There are a lot of good options here. There's some Econ, there's some Golden, there's... I think Golden is probably one of the safer plays here. Looking for the skips here, that's interesting. I'm not entirely sure what's going on. Phantom picking up a different Econ Joker, that is a Eterno Todoist. An Eterno Todoist is something that is actually I would not consider personally. While Tycoon is breezing through the blinds with a misprint, getting on the round 2. Getting on, not, did I say round 2? I meant ante 2, of course. Of course. Phantom is grinding for the money. Being greedy, I think early it's totally fine being greedy here. As in, while the blinds are so small, you one-shot them without anything scoring. That's Phantom is doing. Now the Lewis is on a 4 of a kind though, which is not very great for him. Tycoon is just relying on the misprint right now. I'm not even sure. There hasn't been anything that's amazing that's shown up just yet. Phantom going for the runner. Maybe we can see the straight bow working. I am not very sure of it, personally. But maybe we can get it working. Who knows? Info Jokers, that is Joker Display. That is the mod we're talking about here. Lucky cards. Lucky cards is something that we can rely on. Sorta consistently, not really consistently, in my opinion, but this is something to consider. Is lucky cards, definitely. Definitely lucky cards are sometimes a play. Sometimes you can get a lot of them. Get the money going. Especially early econ hits. And timering Phantom. Phantom is still on the club. Having to go through the blinds quite quickly to not lose the life. That is a Ranto Swashbuckler. The thing about Swashbuckler is that Rentos do hurt the sell value of Swashbuckler a lot, and as you can see, this is just a +7. I have changed the title. That should be changed, indeed. That should be changed to be an A. So yeah, there's still 80 seconds of the clock. Definitely there is some time, but remember. And, oh, Tycoon actually taking the consumable slot. I kind of missed that. But yeah, consumable slot could work. Elven Globe is not the best tier 2 voucher ever. But it definitely can work out sometimes. Sometimes you want those spectrals. You just want those spectrals, get the Deja Vu, get the Immolate. Immolate is pretty amazing. Those are amazing too. Ankh is not bad with Eternals, not bad at all. That to-do list hit a 4 of a kind. Alright. We got the loyalty card out for Phantom. That is a very good multiplayer Joker. That is something you don't want to sleep on. Definitely in multiplayer. Loyalty card could give you that early win that you want. I think it doesn't get activated in this PvP blind though. I think it's every 6 hands, and there are only 4 hands in this PvP blind. So yeah, Phantom playing of straight flush here. That is actually a royal flush. How do these tournaments go? Anyone can join in the Discord. You have an entire week. Not almost an entire week, but pretty close to it. Close to it. And you can join them and participate. There's some fun rule sets, like for example, this is on the gold stake. You can just join them. Anyone can join them. It's completely free, and it's a lot of fun. Except when people actually show up. That is probably one of the things that's not very fun. Yeah, there's a tournament pink that you can get. Here's the same perishable loyalty card for Tycoon. The misprint has expired, and Tycoon has no scoring right now, and loyalty card is not the scoring, not taking the scoring. Stencil, huh? I don't think Stencil is the play here. I don't really think Stencil... Oh, Stencil Gaming. Okay. Stencil Gaming. That's gonna be something. Yeah. That is very interesting. Phantom's got the loading card shaking. It's active. It can work. I think the Twitch stream pink didn't actually pink, or unless it actually did pink. It did pink, okay. I think it just didn't ping me. What you got here? Oh, Tycoon is running only Stencil. That is not something that you want to do. Not even in gold stake. This is I cannot express. There is no song request at all. I'm just like running my Spotify, and I won't dare to change the song. Honestly. And we already have like a bunch of matches finishing. But anyways, taking the Spectral pack. Cryptid is not terrible. Cryptid give a 5 of diamonds is very interesting. And very unexpected, to be honest. Very unexpected, to be honest. That's not something that you really want to see. Looking at the deck, Tycoon actually not hitting the timer this time. Getting the screenshot, and actually I have forgotten to attach the bracket. Stencil is times 5, but like you have to have good base for Stencil to actually work, and that's not something that we see on the Tycoon side here. That's definitely not something. Tycoon is also not hitting the timer, which Phantom is just going at his own pace, trying to min-max, making sure that he can win. And excuse me for a quick silence once I'm pinging people that can actually do the job well for me, so I don't have to do it. There's the same Spectral pack on Phantom's side. He's looking at the Wraith. No, he's not looking at the Wraith. What am I talking about? The Cryptid is definitely the correct play here. What am I even talking about? And here's the second PvP blind. Some people just... That is interesting. They did timer them on the first ante though, which is sort of weird. But I guess, but that loyalty card is active. That loyalty card is active. We also have Greedy Joker. Phantom's looking how he wants to expand his hand here. He's also been playing a bunch of straights, so his runners up some pretty good ships. That was, I missed that definitely. That was a flush 5, I believe, which getting some hands up. That is actually a pretty good base for Stancil to X mode. That is actually a pretty good base. Maybe I'm not giving enough credit to people. That is definitely the case. That is their MMR. Alright, here's another Spectral Pack. Another Cryptid. Cryptiding with Lucky Force instead this time. And that is a hanging chat for Phantom. Tygan is looking. Tygan is definitely getting a lot from Riffraff. Getting with times 3 from it is pretty essential. Phantom, Sock, and Buskin. We like Sock and Buskin here, I believe. Taking it over hanging chat. Honestly, respectable. That is a respectable decision. Here's the same Sock and Buskin, I believe, for Tygan. Does he take it? Probably not, because we're running Stencil. We're literally running Stencil here. Ride the bus. I mean, you just take it and sell it if you're running Stencil here. Running Stencil here, and I am again taking a little bit of a break here, trying to resolve a dispute that has accidentally happened, because I cannot do things at the same time. I'm not doing a lot of things at the same time. Alright, what do we have here? Tygan, Green Grimbo, and Smiley Face. Still not selling out of a Riffraff. Still going. Phantom is going good too, which is a respectable strat for multiplayer. The Goat Stick is definitely a modifier here. But alright, that loyalty card has expired. That loyalty card has left. Has left enough and is now gone. Phantom needs something else. This is for Ride a Bus. Ride a Bus is not something you want to see in multiplayer, definitely. Oh, Tygan is probably getting another flush 5 of a death. That is pretty nasty. I'm actually not sure. I just noticed Tygan is at 2 lives. Phantom lost one on the blind. Maybe, I am not entirely sure. About that. Alright, Tygan Madness. Okay, I like looking away. I'm looking back. I see Madness. What? Okay, instant replay on the stream delay. They just sold everything for Madness. Why? Like, I understand running a single Stencil with flush 5. Like, somewhat. That is not something I would do it myself, but I understand it. I did not really understand a single Madness. This is a re-trigger. Holy. Okay. Here's the same Crystal Ball. Phantom actually redeems the Crystal Ball now. I believe he didn't do it in a random 1 asteroid. Tygan is not timering them again. Peridot is not the play here. But Sokka is already eternal. Alright, so, uh... Alright, that is a fitting music for the Steve People Mind, actually. I am actually pretty impressed with my Spotify playlist. Somewhat. Um, let's see, Tycoon is definitely wanting to get that Flush 5 going. Not playing the Flush 5? I am not even sure what they're thanking here for. I am completely unsure of what happened here, but alright. Tycoon is at 1 life. Phantom, on the other hand, got some pretty good build. Not buffing the runner anymore, but that runner has got some good chips. That runner is running pretty fast, to be fair. So I am not disappointed with Phantom's play here. It's not the play, but it is a play and definitely working. That is an invisible Joker that Tycoon cannot use because of madness. And, well, Phantom will see it eventually. Phantom will see it eventually. Maybe not right now. Eternal Misprint. That is so weird. That is such a weird game. Phantom picking up the driver's license. There's the Invis. There's the Invis. Not taking the Invis. Though did consider it. Flush House Lucky's hit, that would be a miracle. For sure. Because, wow. And, well, yeah, this is a win. Tycoon, I think, just not clearing the blind here, which, yeah. I don't, why did Stencil is, like, I mean, I would understand Stencil, like, more. Here, wow. Wow, just, yeah. Alright. Hopefully we can get people here. $60 and died. Okay. Hello, Nix. We're going to get Nix in here now, and hopefully we can find a game to stream. How is the stream looking?
Good on my end.
Alright, I am going to be definitely a hype man here. Let's see if we can catch a game. Because, holy, I just hope somebody gets in here. Like somebody that can actually help me stream, because
What's it called?
Because it is a bit difficult on my end.
What's it called? Yeah, this weekend for Balatro multiplayer, it's pretty dry, honestly. Not a lot of people here, commentating at least.
We actually kind of have a lot of people, just not right now because, oh, fuck Spotify. Alright, so while Spotify is refreshing and hopefully we can get it somewhat playing, maybe not. Just yeah, make my jobs easier because yeah. What's I actually did not. Oh gosh, we're getting oboe scanned. Um, Another thing that is okay. Um, holy. Um, let's just we are getting Phantoms another game going. That is all right. Stop it. While my stream is hopefully going. Hmm. Um. Honestly, okay, so while my Discord is freaking out a little bit, that is a thing. We are trying to get a game going. And while I am trying to reconnect, and hopefully it's going good.
Let me see this. Alright, I can see the stream.
Alright, so hopefully we can actually get I actually need to find the doc.
How's chat doing today? You know,
How's chat
how's
doing right
everybody
now?
doing in the Balatro multiplayer
While
chat?
I am trying to set up a game which should be in a second. Alright, so alright, we're getting the games up in a second. So this is KW. This is Pete Supreme. We're yelling this. This is like probably the most yellow I've ever had going into a stream. And going against Plushy. My Spotify is dead now completely. Actually. And actually everything is kind of dead right now. I did say the doc, but it's not the doc, you know, if you get my drift. If you catch my drift.
I think I catch it.
Alright, let me just I believe it's this one. And hopefully That is not the doc actually, but hopefully I actually inputted the right because I am copying. All right. That is wow. That hit polychrome. All right, we can begin. We actually haven't chosen a deck for this one. You know what's? Oh gosh.
Wonder what.
Honestly, this is going terribly for my internet connection. Let me try to do some things. My internet connection is working like all the time, except when I am trying to stream. My internet is going through it. That is right. Alright, so we should be good. We have a game starting. My internet is actually going through it. Yes, I am on it. Okay, honestly, this is not going great. We have lost everything, including the music. The music was definitely here cheering us up, and now it's just kind of silence. You can hear my PC in the background running. And Plushie, I kind of missed that while I'm updating the MMR. Plushie is...
Baron off the start, that is crazy.
That is a Baron.
Yeah, Baron. That is just Eternal Baron. Holy. I think that's a keeper.
I mean, yeah, I gotta take it for some reason. Pete Supreme is like weird.
Yeah, but for Plushie, I don't know why they wouldn't take it. I mean, granted, it's eternal, so you're gonna have to build around it, but that's like...
I mean, that is a good thing you can build around off.
In my opinion, too. Yeah, for sure.
You can build around off.
I'm honestly happy Plushie. Gonna be interesting though for like I'd say the first. Oh, and we jumped to the boss planet.
Yeah, okay, here we go. Here we go. So catching up, Pete has a polychrome bowl. Interesting. No Baron. Baron is definitely... Oh, there's a Baron.
Oh, there's Baron.
I am not sure if there were any skips or there was something else. There doesn't look like there were skips because the timer says 120. Oh, let's see how the Spotify is going. Hopefully I can... Spotify is being Spotify, basically. Right now. That was a rental Bean. It's too early for Bean. You don't want Bean right now, honestly. You want...
I'm kind of wondering why...
Go on.
Sorry.
Go on.
But what I was gonna say is, I find it kind of interesting how Plushie took the, the family, I think? No.
That is the family.
That's the tribe, yeah.
No, it is the tribe, right?
Oh, it is a family.
It is the tribe. Family is for the kind.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I just find that kind of interesting, like... is he gonna build, or is Plushie gonna build towards a Flush 5? What's gonna go on? I don't think he'll stick on to it for long,
Yeah, it is interesting. Baron is a pretty good thing to build around off, and times 2 on the Flush is not really worth it in the long run. And That is like a horrible delay. Shout out streamers PC in the chat right now.
Heat Supreme got a cryptid. That's pretty interesting. I wonder if he's just gonna like use it next round, or he's gonna save it for like a couple antes, you know. There's plushies cryptid, and now we begin the first PvP.
Here's a sort of PvP. That is a cryptid. The cryptid is pretty good with Baron. You can just Baron. You can Baron. You get kinks. You can get kinks over maximum hand size, which is pretty good.
The other thing, like, I want to see if they use it immediately, like, or they're gonna like wait so they can maybe get a red seal, or maybe like, I don't know, glass, or you know, just enhancements.
Okay, no,
or if
never
they're gonna
mind.
use it immediately.
Right there's the answer to that. They just kind of
Yeah,
dig it.
just used it.
Pete has minus $7 with a credit card, which is not a bad play considering you have all the rentals and oh gosh. Okay, this is like partially possible, partially watchable. I am trying to figure out what the heck is going on. There is no Vagabond, there is no Gamba. That is correct. Vagabond is at work.
Gamba.
I am not going to.
I just realized, plushie taking that rental pacifist. That's kind of interesting, but hey,
Pacifist is not something that we see very often. Pacifist is just not something that people pick up very often because usually on white stake you don't need any help to clear the blinds. But this is gold stake. The rules are different. The scaling is pretty high. This is ante 3 and the big blind is already almost 5,000. So the pacifist does get those chips in.
As somebody who plays gold stake regularly, at least on black deck gold stake, you know, I find it still pretty interesting they took like high scoring, because for me at least, I can find it pretty easy. I know I got eliminated the first round, but I find it pretty easy to just, you know, get through the blinds, you know.
Well,
looks like we are. Pete Supreme, getting to the shop right now, about to enter.
Getting in the shop. I am just like, I am trying to sort of save it right now. Just crying for help, crying for help with Into the Void. I think I can say this is pretty much the Void. But literally have like no people, and this is fucking insane. I just do not understand this. Also, my Discord is dying. Literally, as soon as like this stuff is going, it's just dying. I cannot do. I cannot do anything about it. I seriously cannot do anything about it. I wish I could. I cannot do anything.
I'm gonna take a look at Pete Supreme's Jokers right now, because this is pretty interesting. You have freaking trading card, Eternal, as a matter of fact. I don't think Eternal's a good play on that, because, you know, I don't know, I feel like after a certain point it's just gonna bring you down rather than bring you up. And we're gonna look at Plushie, who's playing the Boss Bind. Looks like
they are both playing both Boss Blind right now. It's just for some reason the delay is just that big. I think it's just because of my
Yeah,
freaking connection, and I cannot do anything about it. Which is the point. Literally every single time. I Please do not have me stream. I end up streaming anyway. Just the
kind of
I
like
am.
it like this.
It's honestly, this is a pretty artistic frame here, but we have a blue Joker debuffed. We have a blue Joker expire, as I like to say. Beat Supreme is just frozen. I'm gonna try to refresh it, but honestly, I'm not sure what's
She
gonna
just
happen.
used Ankh. Holy, that is crazy.
Okay. Oh
Wait,
yeah,
Plushie's actually kind of crazy.
Ankh the Baron. You got those kinks. You got the thing.
Yes, that
Honestly,
was worth it though.
I'm not sure. I think this is like I cannot get help right now. Okay, so Beat is beating the small blind with one life left. I actually we we can only guess what happened on Pete's side of things. We can only guess.
I think Plushie's two Barons will be the downfall for Plushie, because, like, they have a rental right now that's gonna bring their economy down. They already have a bad economy, so it's like, I feel like Pete Supreme can definitely take advantage of that, you know? And
Maybe.
then he just got Magician, so there you go, you know?
Yeah, that is possible that you can get economy, but remember that Pushies at 2 lives. They're definitely losing some lives to blinds over here. Misprint is interesting. Not feeling great about misprint though. Okay, yeah, right the bus is gone. That is fair. That is completely fair. It was halfway out of the door anyway. Having 3 jokers here is scary though.
Imagine if it just comes down to a 1v1 right now. Like, one life, one life. That'll be pretty interesting. Very interesting.
That could be interesting depending. That could be the the final PvP one is coming ahead. Pete has that perishable perishable rental bean. I think perishable actually does nothing on the bean. Because it's already kind of perishable. It's gone after 5 rounds anyway. Honestly, do that because this is the best one. Use your imagination. That if that Emoid was pretty good. That gives some good economy. Gets the bad cards out of the deck, allowing you to get more kings in hand. That is a familiar. I'm just gonna describe literally everything that's happening, and that is a PP blind. While the Z-Way is incredible on the stuff, and no, we have Speed Supreme in the PP blind as well with the Turtle Bean.
I think Peter Supreme can win this, honestly. Like, I feel like Plushie just that Ankh was not worth it, you know. No, I think that Ankh was definitely their downfall. And I don't know if they're even gonna use the familiar, maybe until the very last
That
hand.
is an interesting.
I think
Go on.
yeah. There's
I
Pete Supreme with a 4 of a kind ace, and is that 5? Yeah, no, 6 kings with a baron. That's just cherry on top right there. I think it's wraps.
and yeah, that is a 107,000 on Pete's side. All right, Plush is playing the flush, but oh Baron, but like 4 kings in hand. You don't have that many kings, so it's not going to be as much. Yeah, Ankh was not
And
worth
I
it.
call
That probably could have been good in the long run, but this is gold stake. You gotta get consistent scoring. If this was normal white stake multiplayer, this Ankh play is totally reasonable. This Ankh play is totally reasonable. Uh, you can still call the clear the normal blinds, but okay, no, I quit. Sorry, I just cannot do this in Discord. Just close the program. Oh gosh, I cannot do this. Seriously. What are we? The times I'm trying to. Times I'm like, I have to like. Do this is just too much. This is like. Unacceptable at this point. Alright, so. Alright. Usually the three stacks are, well, the three stacks for multiplayer that are usually picked are indeed white, white, black, and gold stake. This tournament has gold stake as a rule, so you are obliged to be on gold stake. And I am trying to desperately find a game which actually is not happening, so maybe I can try to fix the thing that is the music so we can have a little bit more fun, so at least we have something to listen to besides the sounds of my PC struggling. Yes! Yes! We got the music. That is amazing. That is amazing. I am a big future-based nerd, so my playlist is like... That's the only thing that's in my playlist today. So that's what we're gonna have to listen to. I'm still trying to pick on the game. Let's check out the bracket right now. This might go terribly. Hopefully it won't. Window capture? Perfect, actually. Perfect. So this is the bracket right now. We have a bunch of strong people here. We have Volshin, we have Surcats, which are pretty strong players. I should actually move this to like over here. So it's like... I fixed the music! We can chill now. We're chilling with the music. But yeah. Alright, we have Nightmare and going against Papa Gunch, it looks like. Nightmare is a very strong player. Game-wise though, we are having some pretty stacked matchups this time. Nightmare, Game-wise, Sarcats, Volshin. What's going on here? What's her name beating Hot and Spicy? Ooh. And, well, we have Phantom. We already saw Phantom. Phantom's pretty good at the game. What we have here on the bottom, we have Retrigger. And, oh, I forgot to rename Balance. That is Balance. Balance did win a tournament. This is pretty stacked already. That is actually pretty good. We have a pretty stacked tournament up here. Maybe something up there. Oh, Ian and Owen. Oh. Holy. Now that's a game. That's a game. Sadly, we cannot get to watch it, but... The problem is that, like, I need to do here. Valerie cooked me. We already had Phantom though, but we might as well got here. Cheesecake, LBB22 and Kozak Boris. LBB22 is in Lemon Legends. Cass JB lost. Two Ziggy Wumpus, it looks like. Marmon Textron. Marmon is pretty good at the game. Marmon is pretty good at higher stakes too, as far as I know. We have Fraggle Joe and Bean. 2. That is also a pretty stacked match. I don't remember. Is Fraggle Joe in a team? Please remind me if Fraggle Joe is in the team. Actually, I am little. We literally, I'm seriously just like trying to. We have no games. Every single game is started right now. We're waiting on the game. We had Pete last time. Who else? Who will finish their game first? Now that's a bet. Who will finish their game first? We have Ian and Owen. We have Fraggle Joe and Bean. We have Marvin and Dexter. And we have Kozak, Boris, and LBB22. We have Circuits and Volshin. We have Nightmare and Papa Gunch. We have Phantom and against their opponent, who is Funky Mr. Literally, and we have Balance and Retrigger Enjoyer. That's a bet. I'm not gonna. This is an unfair bet because Nightmare and Papa Gunch started earlier. But that is a bet regardless. Fraggle Joe's and Lemon, right? Oh, looks like I'm whooping out some GGs on this game. Balance and Retrigger. Kozak and LBB22. We got Phantom finishing the game first. All right, Phantom Gaming. Phantom Gaming, or do we want to do? I kind of don't want to do Phantom again. I'm asking people to stream manually. This is not how it works. I cannot just like peek on a game. I actually have to do a lot of things. Unless I get some more games going, but it looks like so. Phantom vs. Valerie is hype. Alright, you know what? You're intriguing me. You are intriguing me, so we're gonna watch that game. You guys are intriguing me. You are actually intriguing me, so alright. We have more games actually showing up. Phantom is really good. At the game. Alright, this is round, I believe, 4, ladies and gentlemen, actually. Is it round 4? Yeah, it is round 4. So this is Phantom. And I'm not sure how to pronounce it, but I'm just gonna go like this. Oh gosh, 4 games popped up. What the heck? That is something. That is something. That is something. That might be the underdog story. They are 252. Welcome, Masked Up. This is not the MLB channel. This is the Bawater multiplayer channel. Though the MLB is running. Okay, I'm gonna explain this in a very quick moment. I just need to set up the stream. Because, holy. Alright, here we go. Fandom and Valerie. Let's get... Oh gosh, sticking is something. Alright, we should be good now. Welcome in, Raiders. Welcome in, Raiders. But here we go. Alright, Fandom and Valerie Magic deck. Probably one of my not very favorable decks for me. I don't really like the decks that are kind of in the middle. That is going to be that is going to be Magic, that is going to be Nebula, that is going to be Zodiac too. I don't really enjoy Zodiac. I know people like Zodiac, but I am not one of those people. Scary Face with those stickers. I am Lava, actually. Let me change the commentary to only say Lava. Then I pick up a Scary Face. We have 2 Fools. Also pick up a Devil. Can get some strong economy. I have completely missed what she has done. Oh, open an Arcana pack, I see. And one of those fools is a death now. Alright. I am not entirely sure what is the strategy is here for Valerie. I think just making kings. Making kings of spades, interestingly enough. Getting a 4 of a kind. Getting a 4 of a kind. Triple death is... You know, that's not terrible, but you're already using everything. Here's the Scary Face. Picking up the Scary Face, and the Pillar debuffs all the kings because the Pillar is sort of annoying as an anti-1 boss. It usually doesn't provide a very big challenge, but it's just annoying. Even Steven, that is holographic on Phantom's side. That is not a bad pickup at all. I would probably not consider Card Sharp. It's still pretty early and it's perishable. You will probably not see it soon, so this is totally fine. Bracket is not working. You just have to trust that the pin works on Twitch's side. Phantom using the calculator bot, showing up that this hand wins. So Phantom is greeting for the gold. And that is a Spectral pack. Ouija and Hex. Hex is applicable for Valerie just because she has a single Joker here. But it's not very applicable for Phantom because he has 2. There is no exclamation mark bracket command. I am not setting it up. Phantom Pika like a buffoon. That is an eternal photograph. That is something we can build up. That is something we can build around. That is something that is pretty good. That is also an overstock in the shop. Overstock is a great voucher. It's not entirely a snap pick. You cannot really snap pick anything a gold stick, but overstock is great. Pretty much the same. And now we're getting Spotify ads. Who would have guessed, actually? Who would have guessed, actually? And I cannot actually mute them. Which is very interesting. Alright, so Valerie's still coasting off a single Joker. I'm not really enjoying that. I think you should get Jokers. But considering you're not opening the Buffoon packs, also about the econ is definitely tough. There's not much econ besides Wall of the Devil that Phantom has for a consistent econ. That was pretty consistent with econ, assuming you can draw these cards. You know, gold is dense, but well, in Phantom's case, it's not that dense, it looks like. And what is happening with Spotify? I have no idea what's happening with Spotify. You know what's screwed. We lost the music again. Phantom pick up overstock, pretty great. Already has no money. Eternal Photograph and Scary Face. The number under the players is their MMR. We have ratings, and Phantom is pretty high on the ranking ladder. Alright, here's the first PvP bind. Valerie has kinks. She does have kinks, and that 5 of a kind is possible. I'm not sure if flush 5 is possible. But Phantom has got a bunch more outs, a bunch more consistent stuff, like the Steven. Dusk is also a great pickup. I think with Dusk, I believe it's almost guaranteed that Phantom gets there. Because you can just launch the Dusk Hand pretty well here. And, well, he didn't even get to play it. Alright, here's the next Sandy. Here's the foil Eternal Dusk. And a Paintbrush. Paintbrush is not a bad voucher. It's not a Held in Hand build. It does not affect the players that much, but it's still a pretty good voucher to have. It's definitely not terrible. Going for a Chariot versus Lovers. Phantom is definitely trying to set up the Flush 5 strat, which is pretty good. I cannot disrespect that strategy. But from now, Dowry definitely lacks more econ. Wait, right. You're right. What? There is no Dusk. I think she didn't have the money to afford it. I think the Dusk was $7. That is very sad. Dusk is very good in multiplayer. It's not that effective in gold stake single player, but it's pretty good in multiplayer. One of the best even in multiplayer. Even Double Judgment, it looks like. Foil Hiker is interesting. Hiker is slow. I feel like it's too slow for multiplayer to work out. Especially in this case scenario when you're down alive, it's definitely pretty slow. Pendant Arcana, I see, yeah. Yeah, that is fair. Parking money for Phantom probably, I mean, parking money goes hard. Parking money pretty much always goes hard. But for Phantom, he has a bunch of gold cards. It goes hard especially. Also remember that our competitors are playing on Magic deck and have an extra consumable slot. I think it's already over. Honestly, without picking up a Dusk, it might be. Also, the econ, Valerie has like no econ. Because Phantom's got everything pretty much. He's got the gold cards. He didn't pick up the parking money, which is interesting, but there is an open Joker slot. Was the parking money had any stickers? I don't think so. I think it was holographic. This match might be a quick one once again. Honestly, I don't complain. I get to sleep sooner. I need to wake up early tomorrow, so I kind of want somebody to take over. Kanikas, Sam, alright. Alright, so here's the I believe second PvP bond. Valerie's got some jokers, but these are not the jokers you really want to see in multiplayer. I am not good at Gold Stake, so I'm not sure if you want to see those jokers in Gold Stake either. But yeah, okay, here's the Four of a Kind. Four of a Kind goes pretty hard here, 39,000. I think she might have got this. Unless Phantom launches these gold cards. Which, I think that's barely not enough. I think that's just barely not enough. I am +3 from Eastern. Not Eastern, I'm Greenwich. GMT +3, just bearded. That is so loud, I swear to God. That was a jump scare. That jump scared me. Phantom looking Judgment. The family is not terrible. That is a pizza. I don't think you pizza here. But that is a rental magnet. And that is something you might want to take to see what your opponent has. Sometimes you can see what your opponent has. Sometimes you can yoink a good joker as well. Valerie's looking at the jokers. I'm not entirely sure what magnet copies here. Massive difference in econ is enough. I am not going to answer that question. Alright, Phantom. Oh, imagine if parking money here. Parking money goes very hard here, actually. And Phantom just making sure this actually one-shots the blind. Magnet copy Scareface? I believe so. Double Scareface is not terrible. Phantom also has the econ to support the rental. I believe one gold card can support a rental joker. And a blue seal, which I have inevitably missed because I was busy yapping about other stuff, or maybe even my life. I don't even know what I was yapping about. But interesting taking the Judgment here. That is a penny picture, which could help Valerie with econ, but Phantom isn't spending much. I don't think Phantom's spending that much money in the shops for Penny Pincher to be that useful. Oh, and hitting the timer once again. Alright. Alright. I literally closed Discord because when I opened Discord, you might have saw what happened. Basically everything just starts lagging very hard. So I am going to be alone in the booth. Hopefully not for that long. Honestly. Alright, well, Magnet yoink the scary face. It doesn't yoink addition, so it's just a normal scary face. But yeah, taking the faceless instead here. You didn't see that? That's probably a good thing that you didn't see that, because that's terrifying, actually. In fact, I don't even know how it's going right now. Picking up the Fibonacci is interesting play. You're kind of going for face cards here. You have the family, which didn't really get much use as far as I seen personally. No, they got a regular scary face and sold it. The foil was from something else, I believe. I believe foil was wheeled. Unless I'm just tripping. I might be tripping. Because, honestly, Magnet should just probably yoink the edition except for negative, and if it's negative, it just yoinks a regular Joker. Which hopefully gets patched soon. No, that is how I think it should work. I believe that is how Invisible works. In this copies everything of the Joker except for negative. But yeah, okay, what Phantom gets? Clever Joker. That is chips on 2-pair. That is very interesting. Here's the family for Valerie. She's very far behind. Stage Jokers, I'm not sure if Stage Jokers is working personally. Honestly, the fact that it has a chance to give a random addition is messed up. It shouldn't work that way. That's so weird. Like, personally, Magnet is just a weird Joker. I mean, it is kind of cool. I cannot argue with that, though. Reroll voucher helps Phantom even more with our stock. Phantom can see very far into the queue. Phantom is already just very far in the queue because here's the for a kind. Here's the family for Valerie. She's pretty far behind in econ here. The econ difference is a very noticeable difference here. I'm a little bit silent here while I'm trying to check things in the Discord. It doesn't look like there's a lot of things happening. And alright, here's the asteroid. I believe the Econ Online. I'm not even sure what helps the econ for Valerie. I mean, honestly, even Penny Pincher might not be bad. Because Phantom just has good econ, but will it help that much? Maybe it will. Honestly, maybe it will. But look at these gold cards. Look at these gold cards. That is a bad Joker that is from a judgment, I believe, replacing Foil Hiker. Alright, here's the rental magnet. That is holographics. That is... Here's the cube. And I believe Magnet... I think Magnet gets Dusk, actually. I think Magnet gets Dusk. Unless Family is goes for $8, but I think Dusk. Hiker can go. Yeah, Hiker's very weird. That is an Ancient Joker. Hold up, that is an Ancient Joker. That is something you can build around. That is a lot of lucky, not lucky wildcards for sure, but it may work. Does go to Family. Does go to Family, yeah. Highest sell value here. You can see Fandom is sort of worried. Just kind of showing it like that. Polychrome Idol. I mean, anything can happen, including a Polychrome Idol, honestly. Will that actually happen, though, is a different question completely. And once again, an awkward pause whilst I'm checking my Discord, and we are back to the casting the match. Barry is getting pretty high hands out here. You don't get to see the Ancient this game. Can that Magnet get the Ancient? Honestly, Valerie is scoring incredible for having no Dusk. That score will be even bigger with Dusk. I am... Actually... But the econ to shop difference is so huge. That is correct. And well, that is the Ancient with Dusk scoring 600,000. That's the power of retriggers. That's the power of the Ancient Joker and Dusk. That was a flush, I believe, even without a face card. So Photograph didn't get online here. That is a clearance sale. Clearance sale screws with prices, and I think I am not sure if clearance sale actually helps or hurts here. It might. I'm not sure how this affects the prices for like magnets and stuff. That's what I'm trying to figure out as I'm trying to form the sentence as well. Magnet copying Ancient Joker. Not free triggers. That is not Dusk, which was probably the most favorable option for Valerie. We gotta remember that she doesn't know about the Dusk. I mean, she probably knows that Fandom picked up the Dusk because that was sad seeing the Dusk and not having the money to pick it up. Fandom picked up the Magnet. It gave a scary face. But like Fandom is so far ahead in the shop queue as well. Playing the flush here, a lot of the game becomes not entirely trivial, but pretty trivial with Ancient Joker and this might be troubling for Fandom. I kind of just was focusing on Fandom a lot this game, not so much in Valerie. I just want to see how she scores it. I think it's all coming from a family, actually. That is a Penny Pincher. That is Econ. Penny Pincher is Econ. A negative hack, actually, for Phantom. You know, this might actually be pretty good for Phantom because he's playing flushes. He's playing flushes with Ancient. Dowry's considering the Penny Pincher. Penny Pincher can give a lot of econ, but you're on one life. You kind of want all your technology that you can get, just ready on the go. Ancient hit spades. Actually, the Ancient did hit spades, I believe. So Valerie might actually get this back, assuming she can draw up a hand. Not picking up the Penny Pincher, which is scary. She has to get through 3 lives. Well, Phantom is on the big one right now with the timer. It is a flush versus flush 5. Phantom, I believe, is playing flushes. You can level up a flush, but I don't know how many. This is not the knowledge I have. How many levels you need on flush for it to be comparable with flush 5? But yeah, negative hack probably just gets it home and gets it home anyway. Like, not gets it home, brings it home anyway. Like, doesn't negative hack just kind of trump card it? I think it just does. And Ancient Joker hits spades for Phantom too. Well, yeah. So yeah, this was pretty much a match of having good econ versus bad econ. And Phantom with good econ is definitely favored here. Negative coding himself in a negative hack. You know, that's, I don't even mind. I don't even care with how this tournament is gone so far. I don't even care. This is like actually insane. So yeah, I don't even care. Flush level 7. We're already getting that big hand with 300,000. And alright, 300,000 and 304,207. That's the final score. Phantom is not getting his big hand. Spade Flush should bring it home, which he has a chance to draw. These Steel Blue Seals are spades indeed, and he has a wild card, so there's a pretty big chance you draw a flush, which Phantom does. So yeah, playing a 4 of a kind here, interesting. I guess rooting for the flush 5, but didn't really hit it. But yeah, that's hack. All these 5s are hackable. The hack just goes, there's a lot of Dusk. There's the 4 of a kind synergy. I guess, yeah, the family is the priority here. So that's what happened here. Good game. Good game. All right, let's see what happened in the bracket once while we're listening to another Spotify ad. I swear to God. We have Nightmare and Game Lace. Circats is waiting. I see audience wanting retrigger. So let's see if we can get retrigger. They're yapping in the chat right now. And oh gosh, of course on Spotify. Okay, we're almost done with ads. There we go. Oh, it's this song. Sure. Why not? You all are just a single entity for a streamer. Referred to as the chat. All right. All right. We're getting fandom and retrigger. How about that? Retrigger and Joyer. The text is a little bit in the box. You know, that looks good. And now we're just waiting for me to try to set up. Retrigger is 511. Alright, let's try to boot up. Let's try to boot up a good old Discord. See how it goes. If it goes poorly, I'm just... Oh my gosh, Bean. You know what? We can try to Gamba. Actually, let me check on Bean. Bean lost against Beat. Alright, let me... You know what? I'm gonna try. But it might go poorly. This is round 5, I believe. Which out of 7? I am actually... Let me just get the links set up. You know what? It's not terrible just yet. So there is a chance. Now let's try a prediction. Who will win? Phantom or Retrigger Enjoy? Got it. Alright, I believe we are good. We're just waiting for the deck. Let's try to see how it works. I am actually... It should be okay. Maybe we could get somebody else in. We're still waiting for the game to start. It's a little bit off. You know what? I'm not gonna. I don't want to just to. Retrigger must not bet on himself. Of course. A lot of people betting on Retrigger right here. Let's just see how it goes, honestly. Alright, here we go. And we're off. Rare attack! Okay, here's the standoff. Okay, Retrigger goes. And Phantom skips! Ooh! There's a divergence right away. Like, Phantom is criminally underrated. Honestly, not false. But yeah. Alright, so Retrigger is going into a small blind. Phantom is going into a big blind. Not expecting it to one shot. We're on red deck, so +1 discard. Very useful. Especially that is I think Retrigger lost the brainstorm yesterday, but I see your point. That is an Eternal Blueprint from a rare skip. Yeah, Retrigger losing again to a rare skip. Holy. Retrigger doesn't have a stab deck, but that's fine. You know, it's easier for me to tell. Oh gosh. Alright, and well, you know what? Phantom's gonna cruise it with his blueprint. Onk! Oh gosh. Alright, here's the perishable business card. Those 2 packs. Phantom has $20 in here. What's in those packs? Faceless. A Randall Faceless. There's also a half. Honestly, not a terrible pack. Not even a terrible pack for Gold Stake. Pick up a runner once again. Alright, pick up a business time. And the Juggler. Juggler's not bad. We see Retrigger also with the Juggler. The Chariot is not terrible. Chariot can definitely go a long way. An extra seal could is just a free 1.5x that you sometimes get. Well, you get it pretty often, so it's almost a 1.5x. Maybe sometimes when you don't get it, it's worthless, but it's not as terrible as some other stuff. It doesn't block a Joker slot. It doesn't do anything. It can definitely go a long way. Retrigger does have scoring. Yeah, he does with half. Yeah. Yeah. I am not entirely sure how the order works here. Maybe Rape. I'm not sure. The next rare skip does give Eternal Blueprint, but he's probably not gonna take a rare skip now that I think about it. Here's the Faceless, here's the Ice Cream. Then there is Rento Shoot the Moon. Ooh, a Chad. It is perishable. Honestly, the trio might be the safe play here. You are on gold stake, so you want the X mode, but it's retrigger. And that is a retrigger Joker. And Venom also does it as well. But Venom didn't see the trio. Yet, Venom can pick up the trio here. Retrigger picking up a pizza. Phantom not hitting a timer here. It's a 240. Timer will be at 240, telling Retrigger that Phantom skipped a blind. Retrigger gets a cola, and it's blooper. Cope. Should have a business card that stonks, though. Should have a business card could go a long way. It's just money. Who doesn't like free money? Who doesn't like free money? Retrigger definitely taking his time here. I think he just wanted to send it for the kind, which doesn't actually win. But maybe it can work. Maybe it can still work. Also, it is round 5. And another thing, this is the last round I can cast. Which kind of leaves the semifinals and the finals out. Hello.
Hey, hello, apologies, I just saw your message.
Alright, that is okay. We're having a cool game here.
Alright, so, tell me, well, we just started, I seem to start here between Retrigger and Phantom.
So, Retrigger is losing probably the same way he lost last tournament. To a rare skip.
Oh no. Is that why the Eternal Blueprint is
That is the blueprint, yep.
Oh no. Wait, is this the... Wait, is this the... No, he was just... Okay, he just had that last stone card. What is going on here? What am I am entering in the middle of this.
That is like insane. Retrigger just, I think, losing a bunch of perishables. And actually, like, okay, for some reason, the second you joined, my Spotify started lagging. I think Discord just eats all of my traffic.
Yeah, that's
unfortunate. Okay, let's just hope it doesn't. I'm just gonna turn off the Spotify and hopefully this just works out.
Yeah, hopefully so. Regardless, though, first boss playing here, watching both Joker setup, I'm seeing a lot more scoring on Phantom's side if 2 pairs are paid. We see business card hanging out on both sides. Granted, there is the Gros Michel as well as the halfsies, but on the side of Phantom, you have that ice cream, which is a lot of chips to start off. Ooh, the stream is lagging out quite a bit, actually.
Holy, like, it didn't lag, but I swear to God, Discord just eats all of my traffic. That's the only way to explain, but it's so unoptimized.
Yeah, you were trying it, but unfortunately it seems that it's a bit laggy, unfortunately.
Yeah, like, it
We
just I'm not entirely sure how to fix it. If there is a fix, I should probably apply it. If
yeah.
there is one, which is
Regardless, though, as I predicted, Phantom seems to be getting a nice 16k compared to Retrigger's 2k, so he should be able to get that first boss blind here at the very least. But yeah, that Eternal Blueprint, that's gonna cost Retrigger for a long while. We do get a Steel Queen that we can potentially death here for additional molt, but it is going to be triggered after before the Gros Michel and the Half Seas, so it's not going to be as useful as it could be, as for example a regular Mold Joker would be. And yeah, that's only going to be 2k further. We need 10k here, and we just don't have the hand for that just yet. So that's going to be a first boss blind on the side of Phantom being picked up with that Eternal Blueprint. I'm feeling a little bit
yeah.
bad considering that Retrigger's losing twice to. He's essentially losing twice to Rare Jokers giving copy Jokers. Rare Jokers giving copy Jokers on the opposite side of the field. We see the trio being picked up, but 2-pair. We need to be able to get full houses in order to trigger both the 2-pair and that trio. We do see the Gros Michel being chosen as well. Maybe we are selling Mad Joker for that trio. That is what's going to happen. So we have Hanging Chad, Business Card, Gros Michel, and the trio here as Retrigger sees the driver's license, debating on it, and does pick up a Brainstorm as well. The one issue is that means that Phantom should be able to see it as well, and that's going to be terrifying having 2 copy Jokers this early in the game.
You having a complete Yuri is never a good thing.
Never is, never is. Ask the mods at Arbalatro. Anyway.
Anyway.
Regardless. Anyway, the driver's license being picked up actually on the side of Retrigger. We need all the times molt we can get. That is some direction, but driver's license does take a long time to really get online here. And the trio is just way more effective times molt for the time being. Before the Gros Michel